Hello and welcome to South Hills Community Wellness. My name is Laura Velasic and this is
Jacqueline Taglia.
our goal and mission was to provide a place that people could gain access knowledge from people in our own community to create balance in our lives. A place that people could turn to learn and connect and collaborate on a variety of personal development, health, and wellness topics. Welcome to any new members. We'd like to welcome you. Our disclaimer is we have a mutual agreement between our speakers and our members. These workshops are strictly to share knowledge, value, and to connect with like-minded people. South Hills Community Wellness does not agree or disagree with the content presented, nor are we promoting a service or a product. These Zoom conferences will be recorded. Therefore, if you would like to remain anonymous, you have the option to disconnect your camera and or audio on the control panel by your name. These presentations are meant to be interactive. Therefore, we encourage our members to share stories, ideas, and suggestions with the group during the presentation. All we ask is that we keep to a minimum so everybody can have the opportunity to discuss. Thank you for being here tonight. We know how valuable your time is. And I'd like to introduce Erin McAuley. Erin is a yoga instructor and energy healer who currently teaches yoga and offers energy healing through Point Park University, Mookshi Wellness Center, Mecka, Crossfit Mt, Lebanon and Mt. Lebanon Continuing Education. Welcome, Erin.
Thank you, Laura. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. So nice to see everybody this evening. And this is our second talk about chakras. So I just want to talk really quickly about what this evening will look like. First, I'll do a really quick couple of minutes just talking about the chakra system, the subtle body, subtle energy body, just a quick review of what we talked about last time. And then we'll get right into talking about specifically the swadhisthana chakra today, which is the second major chakra in the chakra system. So if any of you have heard of a chakra system or not, that's fine. I'm going to talk about it a little bit right now just to kind of overview what the subtle body is. So the question is a lot of times how to correlate this mystical or metaphysical study with science or something that's backed by science. So tonight I'm also going to try to define things in terms of science, a little bit of anatomy when we talk about the chakra system, and just understanding how these ancient terms, these Sanskrit terms that are what we use to talk about all of these systems, are used in our English terminology today related to our medical definition of certain systems in the body. So that might just be a helpful way to really legitimize some of the work that we're doing, because it's really important to be aware of these subtle energy bodies. The one we're talking about today, I think, is one of my favorites. It's really our emotional center of ourselves, our emotional body. Our last week we talked about muladhara. That's our root chakra. It really connects us to everything else, and also our center of our selves, our soul, our truth, our purpose, and how I like to use an analogy of what your jigsaw puzzle piece shape looks like in this lifetime is your physical body and your personality, but you have a place in every outcome, in every sort of energy situation, since energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Just because you're a part of this lifetime in this shape, in this body, doesn't mean that you won't be a different shape, a different part of a different story in another energetic outcome. Because the truth of our thermodynamic universe, which are thermodynamics are the laws that control our universe, is that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. And to talk about that energy world, we use terms like atoms, and there are different theories like string theory, but basically we're just talking about things that are really, really small. So to kind of sum that up, I like to use the term micro, and you'll come across these terms as well in metaphysics: micro and macro universe. So macro universe really is supposed to correlate to the galaxy, to the greater universe, and micro universe is that universe within ourselves, our own feelings and our own systems within our bodies. And so, and especially those unseen things that we can't really pinpoint by looking or touching or feeling or any of those major senses that we grow up really understanding with more awareness than what a subtle energy body awareness is taught in general. So all of that being said, I really want to start also today talking about self-care, because just the energy in the air when I talk about the macro universe, we had a Taurus new moon recently, and the sun was also in Taurus. So it was just Taurus energy is all about rooting in and figuring out what makes you feel comfy and cozy in your own grounded sense of self. And it's the perfect time to really be doing energy work like we'll be doing today, working on the swadhisthana chakra, the emotional energy center. A mantra is the quote seed syllable. That's the definition of that Sanskrit term. Mantra, M-A-N-T-R-A, is a seed syllable that correlates with your chakra system, and each chakra has its own seed syllable. So when we go into our meditation work later, I'll talk more about this. But for Swadhisthana, we use the seed syllable VAM, V-A-M. And I wanted to bring that up just because of this time of year as well. It's springtime. It's a time for planting seeds. This is just a really good time to plant seeds of new self-care habits, of new rituals, of new ways to take care of yourself because of our deconstruction of our bad habits and ways of life and schedules and everything that has happened over the last 4 to 6 weeks when we've all been staying at home and changing everything that we do in order to care for other people. It can make us feel lacking in our own self-worth and our own purpose, and really emotionally underwhelmed with regards to how we're feeling like we're contributing or a part of that puzzle, right? The greater good. So this energy is giving us a lot of opportunity to connect to self-service. What makes you feel good? Because the truth is that when you really feel good and you're taking care of yourself, you are so much more capable of taking care of other people, that the energy you're going to give out, it will be magnified. It will be magical because of the own care that you're taking care of yourself. And then that in turn, not only are you helping someone else, but there's so much science behind the idea and psychology really behind how when we as humans help other people, that makes us feel good. When we are genuinely contributing, authentically connecting with other people, that connection is going to serve us and make us feel better. There are all kinds of control science experiments where groups of people who are feeling sick are given tasks that help others, and the ones who are in the control group that don't have tasks to help others, they still got well, but not at as quick as a rate, and not everyone recovered as fully as the people who were able to still help and assist others. So that's really why today is such a great time, just energetically, to focus on this energy center in our body. And this energy center, this chakra system, it's our light body. So this is part of our astral body system and the connection between the astral body system and the causal body system, which is the light body. And those are parts 2 and 3 of being a human life, right? I like to think of the word hue, H-U-E, as a light, a color, light, human. And the first part of this is our physical body. And I talked about this last week too. So 3 parts of this basic human life form here, this existence, is part 1, that physical body, where we call it the food sheath, and it's it's really dependent on the prana connection to the astral body though. And prana is a word that basically means life force energy. It's supposed to permeate throughout the entire universe, and it enters the body in through the pineal gland, or not through the pineal gland, sorry guys, to the medulla oblongata, and then it rises up as you develop spiritually, through kundalini. And we talked about this last time too, Ida and Pingala to Nadi, and all these terms, I'm saying all these terms, and I feel like how can you possibly follow along in your own head if you don't know what all of these terms mean? So to step back a little bit, prana means life force energy. P-R-A, that first part of the word, it's a Sanskrit term. It means first, first. And then na means smallest unit of energy. So we were talking about the study of atoms, or the smallest, which now, of course, there are other theories that think there are things that are smaller, but the smallest particle of energy that can possibly offer life is what this ancient language is talking about when we talk about prana. It's the life force energy that flows through you. And this life force energy connects you to a light body inside you. So you have this gross physical body that you have to sustain with food, and you have to survive, and you need oxygen, and there's a lot of science behind the different systems in the body, and that connects to this energetic, more subtle body that we that is like the conductor of the physical body, and that's called the astral body. And this astral body, it connects through the different parts of your body with currents, and I talked about this last time too, different names for the different currents. Today we're going to work with the same current flow we worked with last time. It's called apana, and it really connects the lower part of your body through your legs to the ground. It's really a grounded, connecting force. So again, just talking about that prana life force and how it moves through your body. It moves through currents through your body and the astral body, and these prana currents through the chakra system connect you to your light body, to your causal body, to that third subtle body system. And your chakra system is supposed to be the connection between that spiritual realm, between everything else in the whole universe. So when you're really aligned in your own chakra system, in your own micro chakra system, you're aligning yourself with a greater system as well, with the macro system at the same time. And that's why these meditations are so amazing when you do them at certain times of the year, certain times of the day, certain times of your own body system, becoming aware of how you operate and what serves you. Again, just this time right now, really good time to kind of figure out what sort of little rituals you can do for yourself in your day that will make you feel good, whether it's waking up in the morning and meditating laying in bed, or waking up in the morning and make sure you take a shower. Taking swadhisthana chakra is all about water. It's all about flow. It's all about emotion. So if you have time to take a bath or find yourself in some sort of body of water where you can relax, that is going to help with emotional regulation. It's just supposed to be kind of good for you in that way. So when we're talking about self-care, we're talking about this particular swadhisthana chakra and its definition in its Sanskrit term. I keep using that word, swadhisthana. It's actually pretty long. And the first part, sva, it can be translated to mean one's own or your own home, or the seat of your pleasure, because swad, S-W, the middle of the word, sva, zitana, sitana is supposed to be sweet place. So it's basically your sweet spot is how I like to interpret it. It's your sweet home, your dwelling place, your true nature, your essential self, and it's the seat of your emotional well-being. It's your creativity and self-fulfillment, your self-expression, what you connect to, feeling joy through through connecting. So again, it's just a really powerful time in this macro environment to align this part of ourselves and really kind of become aware emotionally of how we are fulfilling ourselves, how we are connecting to a sense of joy, how we're finding joy in our daily lives, and not letting that revolve around external circumstances, not letting that be because of what you've seen on the news or what's happening in the world. Even though, of course, those are important things to be aware of, they're just not the foundation of your joy. The foundation of your joy and where you're coming from when you are feeling comfortable or happy or fulfilled, that is from within. That's from something that you have cultivated within yourself. And then again, that alignment is going to create all kinds of appropriate healthy boundaries in your life for you so that you're exposing yourself to situations that are healthier. You're able to shut off situations that are not healthy for you, be it conversation or content on the television or whatever is going on around you. You will have such a sense of self-worth that you will expose yourself to things that make you feel good. And then that creates, again, this great foundation for you to be able to share with everyone else. So getting back to these 3 bodies that create a life, the physical body, the astral body, and the causal body. So again, physical is like dense, gross. The astral is the conductor of that dense, gross physical body. And through this being the conductor, there are currents or flow of energy, these nadi, N-A-D-I, these are the currents that flow through the body. And then those are the pathways that the currents flow through the body. And then through these currents, prana, this life force, connects to the chakra system and the light body. And the light body is the connection to everything else, to macro. So that's a little bit of an outline to just describe some of this subtle energy in our body, the subtle energy body that we're trying to kind of understand and become aware of. And I wish I had a diagram to kind of show you. Maybe I'll try to figure out some pictures for you guys next time, but I want it to be as simple and easy to understand as possible, even though it's pretty complex and, like I said, involves an entire other language that's pretty ancient. So just understanding some of the roots of these words and where they come from. With each chakra, which is a light connection, of course, it's on a frequency or a vibration. So there's also a sound that goes along with that. And I mentioned that before, the mantra, the seed syllable for swadhisthana is VAM, V-A-M. And then along with every chakra as well, they come along with what's called a yantra, which is sort of a vision. It's a picture that you can look at and sort of envision what perhaps this wheel of light might look like inside you. And that corresponds with the color. The color for the second chakra is a red-orange color, mostly associated with orange. And I do have a picture here for you, even though this is the water chakra, you guys. This is emotions and water, but again, it's orange. So here's one picture for you, just to show you a depiction of someone thought that was what the yantra will look like. You'll notice there's 6 petals, and each of those 6 petals has a different syllable or vibration. And they are, for the Swadhisthana chakra, it's Ba, B-A, Baha, B-H-A, Ma, M-A, Ya, Y-A, Ra, R-A, and La, L-A. You guys notice this crocodile here at the bottom? That also is, and this symbol in the center, by the way, that's supposed to symbolize Vam, the vibration Vam. And then this crocodile down here at the bottom, that guy is supposed to be the animal representation. It was an elephant with lots of different trunks in the muladhara yantra, or picture or vision. And for this one, the crocodile is really supposed to be, he's a water dweller. And I came across something today that said that, be careful when your swadhisthana is imbalanced or misaligned or blocked. You might cry crocodile tears, which is a false show of emotion. So again, it's really a very emotive-based chakra. It's connected to all of your emotions. I like the explanation. I came across once where your root chakra really connects you to everything outside of yourself, what you are a part of. And then your second chakra is your first reaction to all of that, and it's emotional. It's your emotional response, how it makes you feel, how being a human makes you feel, what being a part of this world makes you feel, because that's really what being human is. It's this emotional experience. So I really liked that explanation for it. And some of the affirmations that go along with this, I really like the affirmations for this particular, just to align or resonate in a more healthy way and be in the right direction that feels good for you, so that you're on your path emotionally that feels fulfilling. Some affirmations are, I welcome healthy change into my life. And I'll see these again later when we're meditating. I welcome healthy change into my life. And then, with utmost grace, I adapt to my situation in life. With utmost grace, I adapt to my situation in life. So again, you'll notice that these phrases have the idea of adaptation in them. Again, water is the element of this chakra. Go with the flow, you know, that kind of mentality, the divine flow, really, you know, your connection to everything else emotionally, how you're reacting to it, how you're handling it. And then just as a more of that physical connection and the medical connection in your anatomy that I was talking about. So where this is energetically in your body is actually located in your sacrum. It's really behind your reproductive system, and it's a receptive energy. So you're really going to and also the development for it is different in men and women. The first chakra, muladhara, is basically the age from when you're born to 7 for development, that root, that connection to everything around you, about 7 years for everyone. But then that changes as you get older. You can start as soon as you're 6 when you're a girl to start to develop your sacral chakra, and that can go until about the age of 12. And then for men, it's between the ages of 7 and 14. And again, if you're looking at it energetically, physically, it's that reproductive system. You know, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, a lot of girls start their period in this time or right at the end of this time. So just some of that biological connection to the energy body. La, 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 la. Thanks, guys, for your patience. Just making sure I'm covering everything in my notes here before we start the actual meditation for tonight. So anybody have any questions about everything I've covered so far? I know it's a lot, and I just want to make sure that it's somewhat palatable, that you guys can digest it in an easy way. So if anyone has any questions about the chakra system, how it works, how it connects to the physical body, what we're really doing when we're doing this work, aligning the physical to the light body, really connecting and aligning with that connection. Anyone questions or anything? Okay, great. So we're going to start with our meditation, and it is a bit of a guided visual meditation. So find a comfortable seat. And then what we're going to do, you're going to take your pinky fingers and bring them to your thumbs. Now this is kind of an uncomfortable mudra. Mudra is a hand position. And again, when you're thinking about things at a small, teeny tiny level, prana is that first breath. It's the atomic beginning of the flow of energy. So when you think about that, shape is important to kind of help construct flow, and especially when we're thinking about water. So the pinky finger and the thumb together for this mudra, this hand mudra. Hands are said to be really big conductors of energy for the body. And then I like to rest the pinky fingers against each other here, so that, because it's kind of difficult to hold them there, to be truthful. So then you can rest the hands against each other, rest your hands in your lap just at the end of your seat, or if it's easier for you to rest them on the table. You just want to find a comfortable seated position, and if your pinky, the tip of your pinkies can touch your thumbs. And then go ahead and close your eyes here, and we'll just start with a little bit of breath. So in and out through the nose, and try to relax the other 3 fingers. As you do this, just breathing deeply in and out. We'll go through a few different kinds of meditative work tonight, starting with the breath. In and out through the nose. Then maybe you hear the mantra VAM, V-A-M. And let that mantra fade. Continue the deep breath work. And imagine in your mind that your mind is now a lake. See the trees along the shore. If there's sand or rocky beaches, do you notice the color of the water of the lake? Then you notice that someone has dropped a large, beautiful diamond into the lake. And so you can see as this diamond is dropping down to the bottom of the lake, and you don't wish to cause ripples on the lake, allow your breath to become shallow. Shallow your breath so it feels as if it's just entering the tips of your nostrils before it exits again. So there's no ripples on the water. As your breath calms, the surface of the lake calms, and your mind is calmer. Now focus all of your attention on seeing the diamond beneath the waters. Bring back your focus to the diamond. And then allow your breath to deepen, your gaze rising back above the water. And notice that even as you deepen your breath, the waters remain calm. Noticing even the sound of your breath deepening, rising in volume, yet the waters remain calm. Bringing your attention more focused to the breath. My mind is ever balanced. My mind is ever balanced. I welcome healthy change into my life. I welcome healthy change into my life. Keep your focus on your breath here. One more affirmation. But still noticing the inhale and exhale easily flowing one into the other. Notice if you catch your breath at the top or the bottom. Notice if your breathing changes upon hearing words. Even out the breath. Find a rhythm. With utmost grace, I adapt to my situation in life. With utmost grace, I adapt to my situation in life. Three or four more full deep inhales and exhales right here. Notice your belly muscles here. Draw them in towards each other, really supporting the spine even more here. Notice if your chest lifts a little bit. Bring your hands to your heart, lifting your chest into your thumbs, pressing palms together, really stretching the wrists, extending the fingers here. Notice how you're feeling. Just an observation. And then fill this space with gratitude. All right, guys, offer yourselves a smile here. If you'd like to Om, this is a vibration that just is a bit of a seal for all that energy work that we just did. So there are 3 syllables to Om, Ah, O, It's supposed to represent that transformation through those 3 bodies that we've been talking about, and then connecting to the macro universe. So if you want to try that Om, go ahead and exhale empty. Just gaze over your fingertips. Press your thumbs into your chest. Big inhale. Nice. Bring your thumb knuckles to your third eye. Namaste. Thanks for being with us tonight, you guys. Good work. Hope you feel good. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always send me a message too. And I hope to see you next week when we move on to the next chakra, Manipura. Thanks, guys.
That was really good. Oh, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions?
I have one.
Hi.
So this is my first time on any of these Zoom calls, but I've definitely been wanting to get on because I see a lot of great things happening.
Hey, welcome. Is your name Bonnie? Is that the correct? Hi, Bonnie.
So I don't know, I recently started meditating. I don't really know like a whole ton about it, but I know that I feel good when I do it. So
Sure, yeah.
But I don't know, like this is the first time I really heard anything about chakras. Where would you like guide somebody to kind of like learn more? Like,
Oh, great question. So of course, there's so many books and so many websites that you can check out on this stuff. So I'll offer you my 2 favorite resources. The meditation that I did tonight is based on this chakra that I found in this book, and this is where I find the pictures too. I really like just the way they break things down in this book. Now, you have to, so I've been studying metaphysics just as a general thing, like astrology and different kinds of things that are energy based since I was an adolescent, like really pretty young, like 10, 11. And what I've realized over that time is that there's a lot of different interpretations out there of these ancient arts, and very little this is what it is. So in this book, the ages that they give for the development of the chakras are different than what they give in this book, which is my favorite book about subtle energy work. But this guy is not as like he explains like a really nice a lot of the medical work that I've discovered is from this book. When it talks about the nervous system, like next week we're going to talk about Ida and Pingala and how that's connected to the different nervous systems. And I actually really love, in my yoga training, when I became a teacher, there's a book that I don't have with me, so I can't show you the picture, but it's called Yoga Anatomy. And it has just a fantastic section on breath work and how that lands in your body and how it really affects you. I just think that it's nice for us to have these connections from the physical body to these other subtle bodies that seem so esoteric or difficult to understand or see or visualize. And that's really what the chakra system is. Other than that, you can always Google it and see what you can come up with there, and you'll find different people who resonate more. I, again, really believe in the energy grid system in general. So I find that when I send out there, hey, I really want to learn about something and I'm trying to find it, I'll find an article that speaks to it or a resource that'll point me to a book or person, and find out more information. I think we might have more stuff here too, right, guys? South Hills. I think that our site might have more information about some of this work as well. Yeah.
Who's the author of the first book?
The first book, it's an Indian name. It's Swami, Swami, Saradananda, Saradananda.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So any quotes that I had today in my talk too are from one of those books as well. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to say that because I should credit them. Yay. Is anybody feeling any energy in their body? Did anyone feel like a shift in their emotional being as they went through the breath work, or a different feeling as they were coming out of it? Awareness, because it's really subtle. It's kind of like to liken these shifts to just kind of maybe when you wake up from a dream, just that shift of feeling like you were in a dream to back in reality. It can be that subtle. It can be that subtle as reading a book and going through an emotional catharsis at the end of a book, or even going to see a movie or play. Like any sort of emotional shift that you have when you're experiencing anything is kind of what we're working on connecting to our awareness and our alignment when we think about this chakra that we worked with tonight. Hi, Jackie. Yes.
Hey, so I notice like I get like a tingling sensation when I'm noticing that like I can get there throughout the day. Like if I really just like focus in on, I don't know, just like that vibration, I can almost get that calmness sometimes through the day, which is something that I've never been able to do before.
That's
so
great.
That's been kind of nice, like to just tune into that.
Where are you? Do you have like a specific place in the body, like the feet or the hands that you're tingling, or is it on the body like
It's mainly my hands.
Your hands, cool. So that's definitely like not just a giver of energy, is definitely a receptor through your hands. So that's cool that you're connecting. And I would say that you might even try to extend that feeling to your feet, especially when you're touching the floor, because we can get a lot of our energy from the earth. There's a lot of exchange through those two, the earth body and the human body, and we can really connect through these subtle energy streams that we're working with. And so if you're feeling like down or low in energy, then you can get energy from your feet through the ground. And if you can feel that in your hands, you can also always place that on your own body too and see what happens there. See if you feel anything cool or warm under your hands when you touch your own body, or like if you have a sore throat, you could even work on that. Or if you have a headache, just placing your hands on your body and feeling that tingling sensation, and envisioning a transfer of energy from your hands into your head and healing it if your head hurts. I love doing that when I have a headache, doing it over my eyes like this. First you rub your hands together and then put it over your eyes. That's really cool. And then if you're working on swadhisthana, you can always put them right on your belly as it correlates to your sacrum, like the front part of your body that lines up with the small of your back. Put your hands just on your belly right there, one on top of the other. Just breathe into that.
Now
Just
that
because
we're
it's hard
talking
to put, you can put them on your back too, but that's just tougher and opens the chest a little more. It's just a little more relaxing to rest the palms on the front side of the body. Anyway, that's cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Well, can I ask something else about that?
Of course, yeah.
Just because now that you asked me like where, I don't really feel like I have a whole lot of energy, like leg, calves, like feet. Like, why would that be? I feel like a lot of mine is like right in like through my hands, or even like maybe like my heart and like this area.
That's a really, first of all, excellent question. So there are two, I would say, basically logical to me answers that come to mind. So the first one is really very positive, because it's kind of showing you where your strengths are, right? Like, especially if you have a lot of energy around your throat and going up the sides of your face, that's your Vishuddha chakra. So that is your throat chakra, that's your expression. And interestingly enough, your throat chakra, that blue, is connected through being a complementary color to your swadhisthana, to the chakra we were working on today. That orange color, it's because orange can't be found in blue and blue can't be found in orange. So these two colors really complement each other. You really have to have a very healthy swadhisthana chakra, usually, for your Vishuddha chakra to be at its full capacity, really functioning in alignment and activated. Now, next week, we're going to talk about Ida and Pingala and the sides of the brain and how they correlate to the nervous system, because that's really going to lead us into talking about blocks in the chakra system that keep us from being able to have Kundalini rise. Now, last week and this week, we were talking about energy as it connects to the floor, Apana energy, the current that connects us to the earth through these chakra systems, through muladhara, through that root chakra, and the sacral chakra, swadhisthana. But next week, we're going to start to talk about energy that moves in a different direction. And in doing so, if you are blocked in any way in the lower chakras, the energy just isn't going in the right direction. Your alignment is just going to be off as it goes through the rest of the body. And a lot of us have kind of, especially in society today, especially if you're empathic, you're very emotional. So swadhisthana chakra and probably expression are both creativity. Your sense of fulfillment is probably found through creative ways of expression, be it art or social, like social work, or through service of some kind, through healing. You're affecting other people. Your resonance quality is usually that one of connectivity and expression and healing in lots of different levels and frequencies. But these two chakras balance each other, and if you're blocked, then your self-expression is going to be a little bit off. Like, I don't want to say that it's bad or it's wrong or it's negative. It's just might not be exactly aligned to be at its fullest expression or potential or activated state energetically. So a lot of us in the society that we're in are told to shut off our emotions. We're told to just kind of dismiss or shove under the rug. I mean, it's a very culturally inherited, I feel, way of looking at things. I don't want to say it's masculine, but it is sort of correlated with that kind of patriarchal leadership where your emotions don't matter. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've heard the phrase, your emotions don't matter, but I have freedom of speech. And in my head, I immediately go to the chakra system. I'm like, what you're saying doesn't even make sense according to the human, because your emotions come first. So my emotions matter, and your emotions are fueling your opinion and words. And people aren't even conscious or aware of that. So when you talk about that blockage of energy, we're really going to get into that next week. But just the awareness, it's really keen awareness on your part, Jackie, to notice that you're not feeling as connected down there. And that can be really, subtle, subliminal. You were raised to kind of shove these instincts behind, these connections to your emotions, to kind of block them out. So we're just really going to kind of work on that awareness, maybe unlock some stuff next week and talk about that. But that's a really cool observation. So awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks, Erin. This has been so helpful. Every week, this is so helpful. So I really appreciate you.
Yay. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, of course. Any more questions?
Yeah, I just wanted what was the thing a couple of weeks ago that everybody was supposed to get on, that the moons were really moving? It was like at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock.
Oh, I think that people are trying to coordinate large or mass meditations with
There was something going on with the universe though, but
stuff going on in the sky. Yeah, there are just different. So a couple of things have happened. One of them is just there's just a lot of things that haven't happened in a lot of years because the bigger planets are moving into new positions. So I think it's been like it's been since 2008 that one of the alignments happened last, and I really liked this article about these planets, their alignment with the moon, and the phase the moon was in, it looked like a smiley face in the sky. It was like Venus and Mars and the moon made like a smiley face or something. But anyway, so I wish I had more information on that, but I am not as deep into astronomy as I could be. I love astrology and understanding the archetype of the human personality and how that relates to that macro universe.
Right.
So I wish I could tell you more about that, but I do know that people are trying to coordinate mass meditations, especially right now when everyone's home. So
that night though, I went in and was meditating, and I could crazy feel the energies go through me. But it's so funny, when I feel that, I always have a block like across my knee, like up above my knee, and it just like stops there and just blocks.
That's interesting. So I would do a little bit of research over what the knee relates to in the energy body system, like looking about the nadi, NADI, or the flow around the knee, and it might correlate to something in the chakra system and help you figure out what you need to connect with. But it probably, I'm guessing, is one of those lower two chakras. And just, I mean, the knee to me is like flexibility and, you know, more access to the upper body. It's really like and it's really low to the ground too. So for me, that would suggest something pretty like early on in your development that was a little bit like just a way that something happened to you, or an external happening that has you reacting to things emotionally in a certain way, and it might be showing up as that sensation when you're trying to connect. And it's just a clue, right? Like the subtle energy is usually just a clue, and it's really up to you to kind of figure out in your mind. And hopefully some of us, you find like a friend or a family member or a seminar or a yoga teacher or a therapist or somebody who, when you're talking to, when they quantumly hear your story and help you and process it with you, that gives you more insight into what's happening, into the reasons, into where this is coming from. I've had really successful inner child work meditations. I love meditation. To me, it's just this gateway to subtle energy far beyond your imagination, which I've always loved as well as a creative person. So, I mean, there's a lot there for you to explore. Try to do some meditation like outside and really see, because with the nice weather coming up and everything, and see if that connection to the earth helps like uncover something for you. Yeah, especially because of Taurus energy. It's all like getting into the earth, go hug a tree kind of energy.
Write down my notes.
All right, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Erin. We appreciate your time and doing this for us.
Happy to be here. I love talking about this stuff.
Yay. All right. Well, we will see you then next Thursday at 7:15.
Yep.
Okay. Great. And tomorrow we have green cleaning and quarantining. Tomorrow at 7:15. So, yay.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.